So I'm curious, we just sat down in your, we caught the last bit of your talk in there in the conference, and you were speaking a lot about giving back to homeless communities, right? Tell me more about that. What drives and passions you in doing this?
Yeah. So we recently had a partnership with Clayton's Family Court based in St. Louis, Missouri, and we're able to get our tech program. We have a 4-week tech program where we teach students for week 1 how to develop like animation videos, week 2 web design and development, week 3 Android and iOS applications, and week 4 video games, partnering with a company called Bloxels. So of course we're trying to get like our program expanded to more organizations, churches and things, but getting inside the Juvenile Detention Center was like challenging, so we got it in there and just learning about talking to like the girls and young brothers, asking like what's your story, and it was a few crazy situations, but one touched me about the young lady, I believe she was 12-year-old, got molested a few times, ran away from home, ended up stealing food just to eat, and then that's why she got locked up. So now we can't really go back in there and get in at things, but what we decided to do was partner with like Teens of Tomorrow, Every Child's Hope, these just different foster homes or organizations, and teaching them how to use it, and then we launched it actually on Thanksgiving, and then followed it up in Christmas. So really just hearing some of these problems in like these juvie centers and just seeing what we could do to make a difference.
Wow.
Yes, sir.
I mean, how did you, before you put this program together, this 4-week program, which I want to ask you about, how did you, or why did you, what compelled you to put that together?
Yeah, so I had lost a few friends due to gun violence just growing up in high school. And I guess basically my thing was just trying to help save lives. I know it sounds kind of formal, but just trying to help save lives and just give back to my community. And the only thing I really know how to do is like code and stuff like that. My mom just had all type of Java books and stuff when I was young, always making me do 3rd grade, doing 8th grade math and stuff like that, screaming, crying. But
yeah, that was my father as well.
Oh, in St. Louis, Missouri. Yeah. So really just having like that, like a drive to just want to make something better. And then as my friends start getting killed, just to be real, like you're thinking about doing stuff like that and all of that. And sometimes you may ride around just a street where ain't nobody on thinking you want to do something, but just staying close to God. And I was just blessed to be able just to be around some positive people. So it was just good to have a world to be in where I could like be like an intelligent guy and stuff, and not kind of get looked at like a little awkward person, versus having to be in a world where the more wrong you do, the higher your name or something like that. So it was like a Harry Potter experience, like under the steps in these people world, but it's a whole nother world just waiting on me to do great things. Yeah.
There's a whole nother world waiting for every single other kid that you're trying to mentor and teach, right? With this course.
Yes.
I mean, there must be some challenges with trying to allow them to understand that there's a world of possibility, right? I mean, can you elaborate on some of those challenges?
Yeah, we actually just lost one of our students about 2 weeks ago due to a high school shooting in Minnesota, and some things is just life, and it's just like we can't do nothing about that. So just being able to show like the other students who actually who got in that program due to that student who lost his life. So now they like, we following him, like the gangbanging stuff get us killed. Is this code and stuff? And it's like, well, code and ain't was really, that was some random stuff like that. So that's challenging. We do have challenges like self-esteem issues and confidence issues. I tell a lot of my students that they're smart, bust out crying, never been told things like that. With the trauma thing that we have, yeah, so it'll be a lot of challenges and stuff like that, but we just try to put the right experts around them that have real hearts to show them love no matter what that is. Sometimes we have students who may, and my bad, I just be focused on the problem, but not trying to keep it dark. Some of our students didn't witness their parents being murdered and things like that, so we just try to create, like at first it was only the College for Kids program until one of my students was just gazing in the air all day. He was in 3rd grade, and the principal was like, he seen his brother get murdered last night. I'm like, well, why his parents let him come to school? I was like, well, let me chill out on the coding thing and make a trauma program, and then I can get back to my coding program, but I can't just not look at that.
Yeah.
Some things like that. So it'd be a little challenges, but yeah, because I start talking more about this stuff, but yeah.
No, and dude, I just want to keep on letting you talk, just because a lot of what you're saying is not being said. And you're right, how can you be expected to learn or be in a place to learn when you have so much other shit going on in your life that has gone on? I mean, do you find yourself in a position of not only being an educator, but also a counselor, but also a therapist, but also, a teacher?
Oh yeah, definitely. there are times like, man, that's a great question. I would definitely say yeah, because as we start doing more things, not just coding and things like that, one time we had received about 1,500 memorials in one email to upload, and it was like, we can keep adding these memorials and things like that, but like, let's actually try to really do something versus just trying to commemorate them in a digital way. So that was like the thing too, to try to not do the work but be the work. So that's a lot. So I partner up with a lot of offices too, because one thing, as like an African American, as I'm promoting like the intellect versus the entertainment, or like the athlete side, that's just a lot of challenges in itself. So I like to have like offices and just different people with me. So for me to go inside of these places, definitely the technology may help me get inside, say, the juvenile centers. But as the kids, I don't want to do this and pass the laptop. I'm just like, well, hold on. Let me break down the history, and then it'll go into a different place. So I say, back, when I was 16, 15, I probably played around with some of these drugs, and they'd say, oh, you dumb, Mr. Owens, what are you doing? I ain't that dumb. And I'm like, well, let me tell you about Malcolm X and Marcus Garvey, and then it's like, well, let me tell you about how it actually came in the country versus just looking at myself as a consumer. Then I'm talking for 2-3 hours about history of all nationalities. But the tech kind of got me, it was like my tap dancing mechanism to get me on stage in a way. Even with older people and things like that, some of the officers and stuff like that, you aging, but they don't mean you always like movement versus progress. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. My mom, trying to show them like you don't have to be a part of this system, no matter what race created it, where you got to get paid minimum wage or 30, 40 hours, we can do 1,000 per, and they still, in a challenging way, like, it's hard to kind of like teach people how to set these limitations versus expectations, and then like trying to get people more the mentality adapted around like attach yourself to foreign happiness versus familiar miseries. That's like, yeah, that's pretty good. I seen that one time on something, and that it just stuck with me. Explanation disconnects the character, things like that. Just some powerful statements. But that's like right now, this is a foreign happiness. I don't know nobody, never been here, don't know no streets out here, but I'm happy, versus going back to something that I know. I know all them and all that and every place and all this and all this and all this, but it's miserable. So that's even at the beach for 5 or 6 hours just by yourself, just waiting on your conference to come, but I'm happy, but it's foreign to me. So I'm trying to get more people to be in that position.
What would be your number one tip for someone that is struggling and doesn't see past that struggle, doesn't see past what they're through?
Yeah.
What is the message that you have?
I remember about probably about like 4 years ago, me and my mom homeless, sleeping in cars and different places and stuff like that. Then we eventually got a little 1-bedroom hotel. As I start getting like $1 million contracts offered to me and stuff, I used to pray and like, just give me something to F up on and mess this up if he not right and stuff like that, because he gonna say everything for me to take it just to build his stuff. So just stuff like that too. Just really just trying to keep God first, and just the stuff can make you or break you. Yeah. I know it's hard though, because I done had some crazy moments where I just lost my temper in all ways, and it's so many people that have done the right thing and made way better decisions than me that still fell victim to gun violence. So just to try to always being able to get blessed to make it back home, and just think about like, man, how did I get around these people and do this? And it was just like, man, I got to get out. So now this type of stuff, it's a whole new ball game. There's not nothing that my mom taught me. That's just some stuff in society. So I know a lot of these other kids, but I had to think about where I was at 16 and 15 and stuff. So when I go at National Youth Summit at one of the universities, I ain't noticed until my photographer showed me the photos later, but a few kids in the back were stumping the gang signs, and it was great because just like having them like an environment where you could make mistakes and be safe versus doing it on a block to another gang member or something like that. That's the type of like Raiden on Mortal Kombat, making that new world for them to go in, even though they all fighters and got that unique little substance. So that's that part.
Please do. Yeah. No, you got it. It's been Jared Arms. It's been a pleasure. All right.